Okay, welcome again to the great podcast microphone Shootout. In this series, we've been covering shotgun mics. We'll be doing wireless and lavaliers or clip-on mics, but we're not going to get all complicated and technical. Oh, no. But we are sticking to the policy of this channel to test mics pretty much straight out of the box, with the exception of a quick amp setup. I need to just adjust the gain. As far as equipment's concerned, I'm using the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 4th generation as the audio interface for my MacBook, and I'm using GarageBand with all the plugins turned off. So to start the first chapter in this series, we are looking, or rather listening, to studio mics. That's what we've been doing, oh yes. And to do that, we're going to compare a different studio mic to my favourite mic. May I introduce the iconic Shure SM7B. Now, different voices sound better with different mics, and I found the SM7B stops me sounding all shrill and harsh when I get excited. It gives me a richer tone. In each video, we've been comparing the Shure to a different guest mic, just to see how it compares whilst I'm talking. On the SM7B, high-pass filter and mid-boost are both switched off, but I am using a Triton FET head preamp, as this mic's very gain-hungry, but don't tell it that. But it does need at least 60 decibels. The brilliant little Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 provides 69 decibels, so we'd be at the very top of its gain, which is never good. Oh no. So that's why I'm using the FET head. Today its rival is the Neewer NW-700, which is a mega budget condenser XLR mic. It only costs me £25 new, and it almost feels absurd to compare it to the SM7B. However, there are reviews out there that rave about this mic for the price, so here it is. Apparently it was designed for podcasters and live streamers as a starter mic. I think the general consensus of opinion is that YouTubers, their sound quality is far more important than almost their content. So I'm intrigued to see if this mic really is for starters, or does it scupper a budding YouTuber before they even get started? Can it be really any good for that low price? At least I won't have to whisper, "Don't tell my wife about the cost." By all means, shout it from the rooftops. The SM7B, on the other hand, goes for about £340 plus. Definitely, please don't tell my wife about that one. Now, I've popped a pop filter on it because, being a condenser microphone, it's very sensitive to plosives, and apparently especially this model. As usual, I'll do an extra shootout at the end of this video with both of these mics naked, so stick around for that. Now, I'm talking to the front side of it as it's a side dress microphone, just like the NT1A from the last video. And just like the NT1A, it's a condenser microphone, so it does need phantom power, but we've got that anyway. The NW-700 has been around since 2015, so it's one of the newer, see what I did there? Mics that I've compared so far. Anyway, while I've been chatting, I've been going from one mic to the other, and as part of the test, I've both projected my voice and I've whispered. So what do you think of them? Let me know down below. Now the next question is, how much did the guest mic pick up my voice when I was introducing this video earlier, when I was talking through the Shure mic? It's important to see how much a microphone picks up outside noise, in case you've got somebody in the same room chatting away and you can't shut them up. There's a 3-to-1 rule of thumb for microphones that suggests that the second microphone should be at least 3 times the distance from the nearest sound source than the closest microphone. So in other words, the guest mic that I'm featuring, this one here, the Neewer, should be 3 times the distance from my mouth than the mic I'm actually speaking into, the Shure. Now, during my introduction, I've easily exceeded this because the Shure was about 2 inches away from my mouth, as you can see, and the guest mic isn't 2 inches away, it was about 30 inches away, way over there. So I'm fairly confident I minimised the chance of bleed as much as I could. So if we go back to the beginning of this video, let's see just how much the guest mic picked up from that distance. Today its rival is the Neewer NW-700, which is a mega budget condenser XLR mic. So, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Good, bad, indifferent? Difficult to tell, isn't it? My score is... Anyway, let me know down below. Earlier in this video, I promised you an uncovered shootout between the NT1A and the SM7B. So here it is, time to get all naked and stuff. Now to start with, I'm using this type of pop filter to control my plosives such as P's and B's. Just to see how these mics sound, and then we'll do away with the pop filter entirely. I'm expecting the SM7B to sound slightly less muddy without its foam friends, but its inbuilt pop filter should be able to control my plosives, P's and B's very easily. It'll be interesting to hear how the NW700 sounds without its foam cover. Will it be able to cope with my plosives as well? I'm slightly overdoing that, aren't I? I wonder if being a side addressed microphone will make any difference. Let me know your thoughts down below how they've both dealt with plosives. Maybe you have a favourite mic that you'd like to hear compared. Anyway, let me know down below and see you soon for another great podcast microphone shootout.